Okay. Okay, I call this special meeting of the town council to order at 6:33 p.m. For those of you watching at home, Mayor Franco will be absent tonight. And the town star indicates that the council is to elect a councilor pro tem. I will do roll call first, and then we will do that. So Mayor Franco, all councilors are present besides Mayor Franco and Councilor Jones.
Just to, or Councilor Gasky, either way, just to make it clear, you said you're opening the town council meeting, it's the town council committee of the whole meeting.
Thank you. Town council committee of the whole special meeting to order at 6:33 p.m. Wow, I'm off to a great
Point of information,
Yes.
it would be appropriate, I believe, to say that she's recused, why she's absent, that she's recusing herself. Not that she's just absent, this,
I cannot speak to the mayor.
that's what she put in her email.
So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna speak for her and speak up, but she is absent this meeting. With that being said, I will look favorable upon nominations to be the mayor pro tem for this meeting.
Second.
Motion by Russ, seconded by Pacino. Are there any other nominations from the floor? Are there any other nominations from the floor? Are there any other nominations from the floor? Hearing no more nominations, I move to close nominations. And we will take a roll call vote on council. Actually, do we even need to take a vote?
You're supposed to affirm that.
Okay,
Aye.
perfect. Okay, got it. So we will take a roll call vote. Sorry, do you have Council Bordelon?
No, I mean abstention, I'll abstain.
Abstention. Councilor Gajewski, Parker. Councilor Jones, is absent. Councilor McBride.
Yes.
Councilor Merritt.
Yes.
Councilor Parker.
Yes.
Councilor Pacino.
Yes.
Councilor Russ.
Yeah.
Parker is elected as mayor pro tem 6-0-1, and I will now pass the meeting off to my esteemed colleague.
This is what's capturing it.
Good evening. Roll call is completed. Thank you, Council Gajewski, for opening the meeting. Our new business is 2025-118-1, Groton Heights Property Sale Committee shortlist recommendations, but I am actually going to ask Fred Piazza to come to the floor to give a brief introduction of what we're doing this evening.
Thank you so much. For the presentation. Thank you so much. This is a very brief presentation for you. A lot of this information is being repeated for council. You've heard it before, but we like to provide the background for any residents who might be joining, as this might be their first time tuning in on this topic for Groton Heights. So tonight we'll cover an overview of the town property disposition process, where we are now, the town council's next steps after this evening, and then we'll move into executive session where town council will hold the shortlist recommendation interviews. All right, next slide, please. So for the background of how we got here today, in July 2023, the town council adopted a new town-owned property reuse evaluation process or disposition process. On September 10th, the town council approved the release of the Groton Heights and Pleasant Valley requests for proposals after a lot of deliberation of what should go into those. And that this will be one of the first properties to go through this new process. It also included a reformat of the request for proposals to really clarify what the town was looking for as far as public benefits they'd like to see and receive in the proposals. Groton Heights RFP was released and posted from October 1st to December 2nd. Then we moved into a 4-meeting process with the Property Sale Review Committee, which took place again over 4 different meetings and included the review of the RFP responses based on the public benefits and the preferred scope of development that the town council outlined in the RFP. They went through the scoring criteria and they identified a short list. And they also interviewed that short list and then made a final recommendation to town council. On February 11th, the town council reviewed that recommendation and they identified any additional clarifying questions that they had for the short list. And they opted to interview the shortlist recommendation, which is this evening. So that'll be taking place tonight and it will help form our next steps. Next slide, please. Oh. I'll just get started and the slide will catch up. We're just on the graphic. Great. So folks have seen this graphic before, but essentially we took the new policy and put it in a visual depiction so that it was easy for folks to see what we're doing, when, why, and what the outcomes are and how they plug into next steps. So at the top, you see the phases, property review, then you move into identification of the public benefit preferences by the town council, and that forms the RFP document. Then we move into project concept and development partner selection, which is the phase we're in now. And then it goes into legal agreements and project approvals once everyone's decided what's going to happen with the property. You can also see that we outline the purpose, the steps of participants and the outcomes and how they plug into that next phase. In the little yellow button there is where we are this evening on those shortlist interviews. Next slide, please. And we have completed the PSRC process, which is the pink, that was roughly 60 to 90 days. Then now we're working on the town council's review process, which is also about 60 to 90 days. And then again, once this process closes out, we'll move into the negotiation and legal agreements for another 60 to 90. And then finally, next slide, please. This slide has the steps that the town council will go through, and we are on step 3, which is in blue. And essentially tonight they'll hold those interviews, and the town council has the option to arrive at a preferred project concept and development team this evening. If so, they will establish and set a public hearing. And at that point, materials will become available for the public to familiarize themselves with the preferred concept, how it meets the request for proposal of town council goals, and be informed for the public hearing to provide suggestions or comments. And that is it. Oh, sorry, one more slide. We also like to touch on why we go into executive session. So there's a lot of good reasons for that. And one in particular is Connecticut state law. This is important to provide confidentiality for applicants and provide really a consistent process across municipalities. So if you're applying, you know what to expect when working with the municipal government. It also is important to have protection of the proprietary information. So the town is very interested in the best proposals possible. And in order to get that, it's important that the respondent can rely on certain information being confidential, such as their personal financials, or if they have research that gives them a competitive edge, that is not shared with other candidates or applicants, so that there can be protection there and the competitive edge is maintained. It's also for fairness and making sure we can preserve the integrity of the review process and ensure a fair process from start to finish with no interference. It's also for a town advantage. This is really important for us to have the strongest position possible for negotiating. If everyone knew what everyone was bidding, it would make it hard for us to get the best deal. And then finally, there are checks and balances built into the policy within executive session. These are not one-on-one negotiations. Our town manager, our officials, our staff are all here. And again, that information is eventually provided to the public for the public hearing, but at the appropriate time so that we can ensure a fair process start to finish. And that is the last slide for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd be happy to, but I have a question. There are people who are not here.
They'll be brought in at the appropriate time. Interviewees.
Okay. I move that members of the town council, economic community development manager, Corinne Piazza, Eric Fignan, Nolan Casper, Cody Blake, Andrew Woodstock, Julie Seven, and the Groton Heights Property Review Committee members Susan D. Chinbrock, Jackson Bassett, and Pantea Umritz go into executive session pursuant to General Statute Section 1-206B for the discussion of the selection of site or the lease, sale, or purchase of real estate by the state or political subdivision of the state concerning potential purchases and development of the former Groton Heights Elementary School.
Okay.
Seconded by Gieske. All in favor?
Aye.
7-0-0. We are now entering executive session at 6:44 p.m. Good evening, we are back. We're out of executive session at 8:52. And no action was taken.
Motion to adjourn? Second.
Motion carried by the board. All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned at, that was 7:00. We are adjourned at 8:53 p.m. Thank you. What do you say?
Good.